Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome back to Blast Off with Light. I know it's been a while, but had a little bit of a health issue lately, and I didn't want to go too crazy with recording after getting better, so took my time, and now we're back. I'm slowly adding everything back into my recording schedule. Don't want to go too crazy and cause any sort of relapse. So, we've got ourselves another foundry. Set up some of these Tinker's things, gave them some clocks, and well, we got ourselves quite a bit of iron, quite a bit of steel, and a little bit of gold. This setup is not primarily for gold. It's really for the iron and the steel. It is a way better iron farm than anything I could have built on the surface, so this will probably be the main source of iron. So we got ourselves an ender chest here, hooked up to the one up there, and it just comes down through into this chest, which has already gotten a decent number of things other than armor. So we've got bones and coal and a few enchanted books that they're not necessarily impressive, but looting two's not bad. Picked up some silverfish blood. That'll be interesting. A couple of gas tiers, a lot of necrotic bones. All in all, it's a pretty solid setup. But I did have to make a couple of modifications. Because that thing that happened with the skeletons, that was not a one-time thing. I believe if you just let it run long enough, it's going to happen every time. And it's not a matter of spawnable spaces out here. I did the F7 check. There were no X's on that platform. So I believe something was spawning in there, either with a spawner on its head or one of those infernal abilities that made it such that it could spawn creatures. Like a spawner, which doesn't care about light levels. So it would actually spawn them out on this platform and eventually take up the mob cap limit, and then it would shut this entire thing down. So I went all Cask of Amontillado on it and walled the whole thing up. Just grabbed a bunch of wood, filled the entire thing in. Nothing can spawn inside of Dark Oak. So I'm going to come up here and stand here for, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds talking to you while that thing down there runs. And we'll see just how much it creates in a relatively short amount of time. So, might as well face you and actually talk to you. Which button is zoom? This one! Why, hello. So yes, my recording schedule is probably not entirely back on track. I kept the MHC going because it is incredibly easy to record. I sit down for 20 minutes, I record an episode, I edit it for 5 minutes or less, and then I upload it. Very, very simple and easy. Now, Blast Off takes a bit more time because there's some off-camera stuff that needs to happen because you probably don't want to see me grinding out the really grindy bits of this game. And if you do, that's why I stream. Speaking of which, I might start up the Modern Minecraft morning show, but not as intense. It was really intense doing an hour and 45 minutes every day of the work week. That was crazy. But kind of fun. So I might try to bring it back maybe 3 times a week. I don't know. But I also had an idea of transferring Michael Deering's Minecraft Hardcore Challenge, MHC, over into modded. Because I did make a pack. It's available on the Cursed Beta launcher called the Outlands. It is a very difficult mod. I'll keep talking about it while we go downstairs. There are a lot of things that will try to kill you. And not a whole lot of things that protect you from them. It doesn't have a whole lot of mods, so it's relatively friendly to beginners, but it's got a couple that are a little out of the ordinary, so it should be interesting to veterans as well. But I would like to transfer the MHC over into modded, such that it's a lot of early game stuff in modded Minecraft where you cannot kill passive mobs to get food. You have to use agriculture or fishing or something of that sort. Oh, up here? This was empty when I went up. That's how much experience has been dropped off into the system from what we got from me talking to you. So yes, no killing passive mobs to get food. Everything you get has to be either vegetable or fish. And then there's a special task for any given month. Yeah, there's a lot of things that pop out of the system. Don't know why. Okay, so this one is totally full. That, totally full. This, totally full. Well, not totally full. It's got a lot of things. So we have several things in here. This is entirely full. And is there a pig in my smelter? Let's find out. Sorry, pig. You're gonna have a bad time. Because once these melt, they're... Oh, you don't belong in there. You belong over here. Yeah, once one of these melts, piggy's in for a bad time. And then there will be blood in my smeltery, and that will not be good. Grr. But yes, the MHC would run each month. You would post it twice a week. I'm thinking Mondays and sometime on the weekend. Possibly Saturday, possibly Sunday. To be opposite the Monday-Friday schedule of the regular vanilla MHC. The first one would likely just be survive the 8 or 9 episodes for the month. After that, we could see how well it goes. Oh, that's going to be blood, isn't it? Oh, the blood's on top. So we just need to make sure it stays full of iron. That's annoying. It's really annoying. So the first one would likely just be survive. And any further ones, there would be an interesting project you would have to complete within the time period. Supposing not everyone dies. So I'm not sure how many of you would be interested in that, or how many of the vanilla MHC folk would be interested in doing it in modded. But I think it would be kind of fun, because there isn't that sort of community building thing that I found, aside from, hey, let's all play on the same multiplayer server. So if you haven't watched any of the MHC, I'd recommend it. It's a good group of folks doing interesting things. Last month was storming an ocean monument. This month is just building in a place that could be theoretically dangerous because it's surrounded by darkness. And if you haven't seen the Outlands pack, feel free to check it out on the Curse launcher. It's the beta launcher. It's only available on Windows, so if you're on a Mac, sorry. I feel your pain. Sometimes Macs just, they don't get the same treatment, so it's difficult to necessarily do everything you want to on them. But these work quite well. Iron. I don't know of any way to necessarily prevent the pigs from spawning inside of them without making them only one tall, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'll make an official announcement video about the modded MHC if and when I decide to actually suggest that to everyone and start doing it myself. And I'll let you know about the morning show before I start it back up, because if I do only do it 3 times a week, well, then I will need to cut something from the rotation. But for now, we've shown you the foundry. Ooh, let's go upstairs and show you the little Botania station. It's not a particularly impressive station. I grabbed the materials for the conjuration station. I'm going to be moving it right here. We've got ourselves a Rosa Arcana for generating mana from this experience. So you stand next to it, it drains your XP. You flip this switch, and you get a shower of XP that it then steals from you faster than you get it. So if you get to a point where you're like, that's enough levels, I just want to gain them, you can step over here. It stops draining, but you still keep picking it up. So if you want to make sure you stay at 30, well, you can. But you stand here, generates a little mana. It's not amazing. But then again, no single source of mana is, really. Because anytime you want real amounts of mana, you need a kind of over-the-top sort of setup. Because any single flower, it's not going to make boatloads of mana for you. It's just how it goes. Okay, so let's come over here, get back up to 30, and then we'll head back to the surface. Because we've got some business over there. Down we go. And our sanity's going down a little bit here too, so yeah. First, I want to make sure I know what's in this golden lasso. Chicken! Good. Okay, we're going to have our sword out just in case, and down we go! And nothing is here to kill us. Always a good time. It's not always the case. Not always the case. Yes, you do hear properly. There are villagers over here. Lots of them. And an iron golem. So, yeah, my iron farm idea did work. All of the villagers did breed, and we've got lots of random villagers now. Lots of them. So, what did I do at the iron farm, you ask? Well, we're going to be doing something with that today. Did I pick up? I did not pick up everything. We are going to activate my division sigil. So we need the enchantment table, a sacrifice, redstone, and the sigil. And we need a place to do it, which is right over here. Interesting. So, we're going to wait until midnight over here. And then we're going to make ourselves a mob. Oh, it was still on fast. Okay, let's fix the place, because we broke it. We always break the place with that thing. Such a dangerous thing. Okay, so let's break these, because we need it dark in here. Probably should have put lights on this thing to be able to turn it off, but so it goes. So what we need is an enchanting table with moonlight, with enough dirt with moonlight above it, which I believe is 18 pieces. Let's make sure the coast is clear. Good. So then what we're gonna, we need water. 1, 2, 3. Where are all my bottles? Oh, they're right there. Okay, so we've got this, we've got that. We wait until midnight, and then we make a sacrifice on this altar, which is what the chicken's for. We're getting close. And then we're going to get struck by lightning and surrounded by mobs, and we need to run away! Yay. I kind of want to take the table with me because it'll be in the way otherwise. So once the thing happens, I need to break that and take it with us. And hope there isn't a creeper here that blows the whole place up. That would be sad. And once it hits midnight, our sigil will glow, like so. Perform the sacrifice! And there we go! Oh, crap. It got out here. Well, we'll let that burn. Where are my blocks? There are my blocks. Gotta block this place off. Yes, support creeper. I know you're there. Stop being annoying. Okay, now, that stuff is in direct moonlight and direct various everythings, so it's going to burn. Anything that is not in direct whatever light, like stuff in there, should be just fine. We should be able to safely take a peek over here. Whoa! Craziness. Okay, so yes, everything's fine in there. Everything's fine. Okay, so now what we need to do is turn on the fans. Because the fans will then push everything into the middle, where the spike is, and then they die. Why are there... It would appear the explosion over here destroyed the levers. Three levers is not the right number of levers. There are four. Oh, right. I need you to keep burning. There are 4 places for levers. So we need to make another lever. And I don't really have what I need. Okay. So this is not going 100% smoothly, but I think it's smooth enough. I didn't get blown up, really. The structure is still intact. All in all, it could have gone better, but it could have gone a lot worse. Okay, so that is on that end. So we want to start on this end. Put one there. Wait. Are they up or... Nah, they're down. So you go here. And then there. And then there. And then there. Perfect. So now everything should get blown to the center. And inside this box here, there's another ender chest and an ender tank. And yes, that sounded like a villager, and that's because it kind of was. Not entirely, but kind of. It's one of the summoners. The summoners look and sound like villagers. Okay, so once the sun comes up, those should totally burn off. Okay, so yes, those should totally burn off in the daylight, and then we'll have ourselves a nice, fully functional mob spawner that doesn't need us nearby to work. Now, if we want a viewing station, it'll have to be on the sides using dark glass. They can't see through the glass, and the dark doesn't let the light in, and it's very important for this thing to not have any light inside. The darkness lets them spawn. Now, I could also dig up this dirt, or the cursed earth, because you have to silk touch it to keep it. Actually, that's not a half bad plan. Just silk touching a little bit of it, just so I have it, in case I need it. That didn't sound good. Check the perimeter. Because sometimes I know things in there will get struck by lightning for some reason, whether to spread more cursed earth or something. I don't know. I don't trust it. Dirty stick. Let's re-dirt this place. Okay. So, the Ender stuff has the same code as the Ender stuff in the Nether. So we've got ourselves a chunk loader. Why are you upset? Stop being mad. So we've got a chunk loader up here, top side. So if we go back to the Nether, it should stay loaded. And should continue to generate stuff. At least in theory. That's already totally full. And here we are. So let's just watch the stuff roll in. Okay, so all those have finished transferring over. Theoretically, again, I'm not sure. And there we go. We saw things that arrived in that box after we got to the Nether. So as things continue to die while we're sitting here, that's happening in the overworld, sending it over here into the Nether. Now, it's not super amazingly speedy, but it's only been running like a minute or two, and we've already gotten that much TNT. All this gunpowder. These skull minion orbs are good for... does it have to be in my inventory? Recipes. Oh, it's not going to tell me. Oh, maybe I needed to not have any eye closed. Really? Nope, it still doesn't see it. But there's something in the pressure chamber that uses it. It might be the Galgadorian stuff. Let's check. I know there's something. Maybe for the Eye of Ender? I have Galgador. Ah, there we are. So 8 skull minion orbs, pearls, red meteor gem, and spiderite to make the eyes of Galgador, which you need for various Galgadorian type things. Awesome. So yes, it's perfectly reasonable farm. It's not super fast, but it doesn't really need to be. It's running literally all the time, which means eventually I'm going to need better storage in here. We're going to be drowning in string and mystery eggs and all that jazz. Redstone? Was it a witch? I don't know. We should burn her. Yeah. And we also now have an active division sigil, which means we can take things and divide them by diamonds and make other things. Ooh. So you can enchant things. Okay, so that was the activation ritual. And that's all it'll make. But these, ooh, neat, can make interesting items that do weird things. And that's a very, very bright block. Ethereal glass. Ooh, dark ethereal glass. That'll be really fun. I really like that. And angel rings, so we can always fly. We do have another star. The trouble is, unstable ingots are dangerous. You need to pay attention or they will explode. Boom! The healing axe, I think, could solve all hunger-related issues. It's a little cheaty, but I think it should work. Builder's Wand is really fun. I'm not sure what those other ones do, but really fun. Have you ever tried to divide by diamond? Of course not, because you're a sane and rational person who would never do something so foolhardily dangerous. However, should you experience a brief moment of insanity, you can craft unstable ingots. These ingots are existentially unstable and at 10 seconds before they explode in your inventory. They also explode if you leave the crafting GUI or if they are thrown on the floor. Do not craft unless ready. Now you're probably wondering why you should bother crafting these dangerous ingots. Well, what do you create with them? Unlike the ingots, these tools are stable and won't explode. Just remember you have to craft them in under 10 seconds or else, boom. Love it. Creeper plant seeds. Awesome. And we've almost already gotten a piece of wool. Wait, 4's wool. We've almost gotten 2. It's brilliant. But I believe that's enough for this episode. Next episode, we'll try to do things with our various spoils and try to make this place a little more homey. Because right now, it's kind of just a bunch of wood. Not home. But I would like to make this place my home, so we will see what we can do with it in the next episode of Blast Off with Light.